How beautiful is this plot? It's a Kentio palm, apparently. I'm gonna call it Kenny. Right, let's get some turkey mac and cheese. Give that a mix, shall we? Oh, you ready for this? Oh, look at that turkey! Getting my baking on, getting my baking on. Oh yeah, look at that. And here's some mac and cheese.
Well, with security rules, none of that is needed, right? You can run your entire app without ever needing to set up a custom server if you don't want to. And that's why our episode is called Security Rules, like the noun, but also Security Rules, like the verb. Grammar jokes. Wait, where are you going? Come back.
No, that's Luffy. Yeah, Pucker Sleep Tea just to relax me in the evening. It's now 8 p.m. This is usually when I can't work. I'm definitely not a night owl by any stretch of that definition. I'm very much a, what do they say, morning lark, whatever the opposite of night owl is. Instead, what the habit I'm trying to get into now is I'm trying to journal more often, at least on a daily basis. And one of the things I'm trying to play around with now is questions-based journaling, where I basically ask myself really odd questions, like questions that get me to think outside the box a little bit. So for example, if I could only work on one thing tomorrow, what would that thing be? Or something that's even more awkward than that, right? If I wanted to achieve what I want to do in 10 years, in 6 months, how would I go about doing that? I think that's one from Peter Thiel, rather. But yeah, so these kind of awkward questions is something I picked up from the Tools of Titans book by Tim Ferriss. So yeah, I'm going to use this as an excuse to play around with that, journal on a daily basis. I'm definitely not disciplined when it comes down to doing this daily, but yeah, hopefully the habit sticks. Oh, I'm so drained, guys. I am so drained. Anyhow, time to journal. So I've just woken up this morning, blasted breakfast out, and I attacked for like a solid hour. I attacked a design prototype on Figma, just to put something really quick together, following a conversation I had with a friend on WhatsApp, where she reminded me that this is just a reminder for everyone else out there. If you want to get feedback, you don't necessarily need to start with high fidelity design straight away, which is the trap I fell into. And you think I would know better, but hey, I get distracted by pretty things. What can I say? So yes, she reminded me that sometimes it starts with the low fidelity stuff first. So what I did instead was I quickly spent an hour smashing through a quick semi-lo-fi prototype for the web version of the product, which is my initial MVP. And literally, I don't think I've operated that quickly for a design prototype before. And I think I needed some kind of like internally set deadline. I told myself I'm going to send it to her today. I even promised her, I was like, I'm going to send this to you today. So it seems that that's something to consider as well for all my would-be founders out there. Like obviously when you haven't got like a boss to keep yourself accountable, we're all grown-up adults. We don't need that sort of forced accountability, but at the same time, having that self-accountability in a way where we promise friends, we promise, I don't know, anyone in your stakeholder landscape, I don't know if that's the right term, if you can make promises in a way to say, I'll get this to you by this date, or I'll get that to you by that date, being very specific, that will really help, I think, accelerate the progress, and it definitely helps with motivation as well. So far, I've been making promises to myself to say, I'll get this done by X date, which, for the most part has helped. But I think setting those promises with others is arguably more motivating. So shout out to Angela if you're watching. Thanks for giving me that push. I just watched a video from Tim Grover, the famous coach for, I believe, Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant as well. I could be wrong, but I think that's right. He also has an amazing book. I think it's called Relentless or something like that. Yeah, anyways, watch this great video on Instagram. One of the things that's got me to think about is emotional state is everything. That sounds like hyperbole, and it probably is, but I feel like, considering where I'm at right now, in a way, like, I'm not playing a basketball match. I'm not competing in the Olympics, but what I am doing is, I guess, the equivalent in the startup game. I'm literally building a startup from scratch, and that takes a level of performance that requires top tier emotional state management. I don't know if this is the right way to term it, but I do feel like I need to take more seriously how I manage my emotional state. So, setting up flow state throughout the day, making sure I nourish myself, not just physically, but mentally as well. And never taking my eyes off the prize. Like, just what Kobe was famous for, where, he was all about the game, like, just razor sharp focus and just making it happen, the win. That's all it was. It was always about the win. So for me, I can't let my foot get off the pedal, the gas, for my American fans out there. Fans, can you imagine if I have fans? That's hilarious. So that razor sharp focus on the end goal. And in my case, it's building a product that has a massive impact and that actually improves the lives of countless people. That is what I'm aiming to do. And of course, the real mission of my product is to eradicate the loneliness pandemic. So yeah, ambitious, but let's see where we get to. In fact, yeah, we are going to get there. Like, that's basically where my mind's at now, which is I'm just going to do it. Like, there's literally no thinking around it. As Yoda says, do or do not, there is no try. Yeah, I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Anyway, I'll just stop geeking out there. So yeah, that's it. This is really stuck in my head now. Like, the idea that I should operate like an athlete. Like, how would an athlete of startups operate? I need to take care of myself. I need to operate at max flow, optimize for that. So how do I do that? And obviously, just like athletes, one can get injuries, one can have down days, off days, etc. But an athlete optimizes so that they have the fewest number of injuries, and they have the least number of off days. And if anything, they're optimizing for the positive, right? Optimizing for their peak performance at all times, whenever possible. So then the same applies here. Like, from a startup perspective, I want to avoid drops in flow. I want to avoid these lows that can be distracting from building a great product and a great business. So how do I operate like an athlete? So yeah, something to really think about. This is stuck. This is really struck a chord with me. So let's see where it goes. So inspired by a comment from a friend on the previous video, I'm going to be setting up regular meetings, because I just miss meetings and I can't get enough of them, just with friends and old colleagues, etc., to just bounce ideas with them, just to catch up, shoot the shit, all that kind of stuff. But also I feel like it's really important to make sure that I take on valuable feedback wherever possible. And from getting that from people who I absolutely trust and value feedback from, I think it's super important. So yeah, looking forward to it. I probably should also list this throughout the week, so I don't get this old problem of feeling isolated throughout the week. So let's see, I'm playing around with different ways to structure it, because I also don't want to interrupt the flow state that, that's really important to code, for example. So I need to find a good balance. But yeah, looking forward to setting those up, bringing those meetings back. Not the 80% of the day type meetings that I'm used to, sometimes 100% of the day, sometimes 120%. But yeah, anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, I think 5% of the week is not a bad shout. I just made that number up.